All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 2 of the introduction to Reconstruction, right? So here's my thing, right? This is what we always do as people of Israel. We murmur against God, we talk down, and we complain, right? But I always like to look at the relationship that we are supposed to have, or the relationship that we do have with the Father, as a relationship with a man and a woman, right? The husband barely gets what he wants from his wife, right? 8 out of 10 times, I can depend on you to penny pinch me. I can guarantee you're not going to do what's required, right? When it comes to husband and wife. And I'm comparing the Most High's relationship with Jerusalem to a man not getting what he wants and needs from his wife, right? On a regular basis. Jerusalem makes excuses to not keep law, right? As a matter of fact, the people of Jerusalem claim that they can't keep laws because they're not in Jerusalem, right? The law is done away with, right? You can eat what you want because God blessed everything, right? You don't have to keep the Sabbath. You don't have to wear your fringes. The law is done away with. But as soon as a family member is murdered, as soon as somebody is killed, as soon as your wife commits adultery, everything is crying tears, boo-hoo, right? That's not fair. That's not right. How can God allow this to happen? Well, your thing is the law is done away with. So what are you complaining about? Right? And this is what I mean, right? When it comes to getting back to the law and remaining in the scriptures, right? How could you possibly think that the God that you claim to serve gave a whole bunch of rules, laws, statutes, and commandments to the Israelites in the Old Testament, and now all of a sudden we're in the new covenant and we don't have to keep the law? This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 8, and verse 7. It says, "For if that first covenant had been faultless, then should no place have been sought for the second. For finding fault with them," talking about the Israelites, "he saith, Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah," right? Now, Judah is a part of Israel, but they're considered two different nations because there was a cutoff and things of this nature. But watch this. Verse 9. "Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt," right? "Because they continued not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, saith the Lord." Verse 10. "For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my laws in their minds and write them in their hearts," right? "And I will be to them a God, and they shall be to me a people." All right. So this same thing is what Jeremiah 31 is talking about. We are not in the new covenant right now, right? Verse 11, "And they shall not teach every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, Know the Lord." Right now, currently, we are still teaching each other the rules, laws, statutes, and the commandments of the Bible. We're still teaching each other the nooks and crannies of the law. We're still teaching each other to know the Lord. So you can't say that we're in the new covenant because people still have to be taught, right? So that lets you know right there that we're not in the new covenant, right? It says, "For all shall know me, from the least to the greatest. For I will be merciful to their unrighteousness, and their sins and their iniquities will I remember no more." You see? So the average Christian thinks, see, he gonna be merciful to my unrighteousness, so I can sin and he gonna still have mercy and forgive me. That's not what that's talking about, right? Instead of him doing away with you because you sinned, he's going to write the law in your heart, right? He's going to forgive your iniquity because you're going to repent, get back to the law, and turn away from those old sins, right? And he's going to have mercy and forgive you because remember, in the Old Testament, you didn't even have room to repent because when you committed a great sin, you were stoned or you had to sacrifice an animal. Like there are times in the scriptures where people were swallowed up in the earth, right? Them and their whole family, right? So it wasn't just about sacrificing lambs, rams, turtle doves, right? That didn't happen all the time. You were stoned and you didn't even get the opportunity to get it right. In this situation, right, with the new covenant and the law being written in your heart, you'll have the law written in your heart so you won't sin against the Father and he don't have to kill you, right? So I want to put that information in your heart and in your mind to let you know we're not in a new covenant. Please stay in the law, right? Remain humble. Keep the rules, laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High because he didn't put it here for no reason, right? All right, so Jeremiah 31, right? And it says, verse 31, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was an husband unto them, saith the Lord. All right, so the Most High was a husband to Israel, and we're going to get that in the book of Ezekiel, right? But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts, and will be their God, and they shall be my people, right? As we always were. Okay. And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, know the Lord, for they shall all know me. So this is how you know we're not in a new covenant currently, right? Because when dealing with the new covenant, you won't have to teach each other to saying, know the Lord, or this is who the Most High is, right? These are his people. These are his rules, laws, statutes, and commandments. No. Those who are going to be a part of this new covenant, they're going to know it already, right? Which is the Israelites. So with that, I'll say shalom.
I said